interesting.
But also I wanted also to I had this idea about a story about like memory, because I think memory is one of the most interesting things about
Yes.
being a human, because I think most people think that they have a good memory of like how things were and what happened. But I think studies have shown that your memory is actually very fragile, and like you can't really
Yes.
trust it, because what you might think happened is just how you have shaped it through the years. And I know it sounds kind of like you think you don't do it. You think you have a very clear idea of what happened. Uh, but there was actually I watched this documentary about memory, and because most people can say where they were when something like huge happened. So people were asked where they were when they heard about 9/11,
Yes.
and people were able to like say, yeah, I was there, I was with my husband, we were watching in a room, something like that. And then 10 years later, the same scientists asked the same people the same question, and they got very different answers.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
Yeah.
so they didn't even realize that through the years, the memory of where they were at that time had changed. And
That's
I thought that was very interesting. And especially when you take someone and you think about your childhood, I mean, you have a very clear idea of how your, I don't know. I don't know if you have a clear idea though, but I think you have a lot of memories from your childhood uh, that aren't real. I think that you have kind of
right.
shaped them,
I,
and
I mean, I think that there are certain things. I mean, I was interested in this when you might remember there was a case where one of the Supreme Court judges was accused of um, raping this
Mm,
academic, and there was and she was put on the stand, and they were accusing her of not remembering things properly. And I think what made her testimony quite compelling is that she wasn't remembering everything, but she was remembering certain details. And I
oh,
and I think within these memories and not remembering, there are certain things that stand out and are
yeah.
very clear, and other things which you don't remember very well at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. And I think it's also just a matter of how you experience some things. It might be a complete different experience from someone else, even though it's the same event. Uh,
Yes.
and I've always had very vivid dreams ever since I was a kid.
Oh,
Uh,
that's interesting.
and yeah, and even though they're like not important at all, it's like not giving me any idea about the future or something, but they are very vivid. So I have often, when I was a kid, I used to come like mix sometimes things together. I believed something happened that actually happened in a dream. So it was,
Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah. So I had like these memories just about something very not important, about something my mom said or my mom did or my friends, did or something. But I remembered it very clearly, but then, yeah, found out later that it was never happened, you
Or
know?
you've incorporated somebody else's memory into your memory. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't know. And I think also because, I mean, I read a lot of books, and sometimes I felt that stuff that happened in books had happened to me. I don't know. Maybe I sound kind of crazy, but
Maybe it did
maybe I'm
in
kind of like
some weird way.
masking.
If you're reading something in a book, then I guess you are experiencing it because
Yeah,
you're imagining it, aren't you? So
yeah. And I mean, you have such a good of an imagination when you're a kid. So I
that's
think
true.
it's very easy to get caught up in your imagination as a kid.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
that's
think I
interesting.
think that was like that's Marcy kind of. I wanted her to be this kind of very fragile, well, not fragile, but like this very some kind of version of this me that kind of doesn't really have a clear idea of what really happened and what
Right.
not.